with my other two great co-hosts. Yes, Rebecca. Are you there, Rebecca Boyd?
I am here. So excited to be here.
And Chris Cloud. Hey, Chris. Wow, man. How you doing?
It's a long time making. Glad to be here.
Thank you all for watching and supporting.
I am just a big patriot and lover of freedom. And
I'm coming to you guys from what I call the front line of the heartland.
Hey, welcome everybody. Today is the On Fire Show, and you're here with the host, Daryl McKell Brooks, Rebecca Boyd, and Chris Cloud. It is Thursday, another show. And how you guys doing today?
doing good. How about you, Daryl?
I'm awesome. I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. I was in the hospital. So, yeah, it was, listen, it's a test. Once you get older, I'm still, thank God for my looks. But, once you get older, your body changes, your eating patterns have to change. And, pray to God. And thanks for everyone who out there supported me. And, thanks for the prayers on Facebook. I'm not dying. I'm planning on living to 82 years old and 90, hopefully. I take the red pill, the blue pill, whatever pill. Eventually, I'll be ready.
Well, it's nice to see you're okay and you're smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. Hey, Chris, I am here. And in Virginia, Fauquier County.
The front line of the heartland.
Front line of the heartland.
It's always a pleasure. It's good to see you. Good to see you walk in this morning.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Yeah. Oh, great. I caught the 1 o'clock train out of Trenton, and that $10 ticket. Yeah,
that's 1 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's 1 a.m.
I caught that $10 ticket. You got to do Amtrak in the morning. A $10 ticket to Washington, and then the VRE, and boom, you're here. So I'm excited for being here, and we have you're having the event every last Friday of the month. Tell us about that, Chris.
Patriot Potluck
last Saturday of the month.
Saturday. That'll be day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Who'll be here tomorrow?
Day after tomorrow. Today's Thursday. We have as our esteemed guests, Debbie found a couple of people that are really interesting, and we have a guy named Roderick Honeycutt who is with the Tactical Trash Pandas. It's a group of people that are mindfully ready, and they talk about practical preparedness. Kara Bayless, Delta Defense, we met her through you at the gun show just a couple weeks back. And then Dana Mark Bunn. Dana is the organizer of the Mountain Patriots, which is a group of people out near Winchester, which is just a little west of us here. And they're the conservative front.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So those will be our three speakers for Saturday night, and there you go.
That'll be exciting. Hopefully, we'll have the guy that made some groundhog. You remember that? The groundhog.
Yeah, that was it was groundhog actually.
Yeah, somebody potluck dinner brought groundhog. Amazing.
Oh,
welcome to America. So
today we're going to be competing with CPAC this weekend.
Yeah,
and we've tried to tell them for the last 4 years that when they see a precipitous drop in their Saturday attendance, we tried to warn them.
Yeah, they all in Fauquier County. So listen, we got a great guest. We got two guests on, Andrew Holloway and Calvin Tucker. Andrew Holloway, he owns the Hollow Point Coating Firearms, and out of Richmond. He is our sponsor. We have a commercial We're gonna show that last week, but he is finally coming on, and Calvin Tucker, who's also he's a political consultant like me in different areas and speaking and organizing. He's out of Philadelphia. He is a Trump supporter. He worked with President Trump during his first election and second election. So we're all excited about having him come on. I've been knowing him for a few years now, and he is an awesome guy. He's coming on to talk about what's happening in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia area, especially in the inner city areas, getting more minorities involved with the election coming up. So we got my main man, Andrew Holloway. Are you there? Come on, my brother.
Hey guys, how are you?
All right,
Good, how are
Andrew.
you?
I am doing well. Thanks for having me on, Daryl.
How you doing?
I can't complain. Sorry I missed you last week. I was a little under the weather myself, so I'm feeling a lot
Okay.
better. Yeah.
Andrew, Hollow Point Coating. Yes. So tell us about your company and how you got started.
Well, the company itself, we specialize in something called Cerakote. That's a process of coating the gun or changing the color, like taking a typical black gun and maybe putting a camo or whatever favorite color you might want or design you want on it. So we do a lot of customizations and modifications of firearms. On top of that, we retail and gunsmith firearms as well. So I got started. It was a fluke, honestly. During the pandemic, I was a director for Tesla. I was out on medical leave, and I couldn't go to work. I was stuck at home. So I got bored because I'm not used to sitting at home, and I decided to customize my firearms. And when I called a few companies around and discovered what the process was, I decided to do it myself, and here it is. The business was born.
Welcome to America. Isn't that something?
How does that compare to the process that I'm familiar with of either the two things are bluing and powder coating? What is your process compared to those processes?
So traditionally, firearms aren't blued, not powder coated, but the bluing is a thing of kind of the past. So they went from bluing to anodizing. Then Cerakote it's a rival of any process, so it's just as durable, just as long lasting, and there's more color variations. So now the manufacturers are actually shipping their guns with Cerakote on it.
Is that like you said it's anodizing? Is that a cathode anode electrical process?
Right. That was the go-to after bluing, and then everyone switched over to Cerakote. Yeah,
And
for the most
for
part, not everyone yet, but
yeah, for our viewers who don't know what it is, could you explain it to them and the benefits of it?
Sure. So the benefits: rust, corrosion resistant, very, very, very durable and hardening. But the plus side to Cerakote is there's so many color variations that you can use, where anodizing might be a little limited, and so is bluing, of course. So Cerakote gives you a array of colors without sacrificing the durability of the weapon.
Right. I looked through pictures of your work. It's like artwork what you do. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And not just colors, but you also do themes, like movie themes, pretty much anything anybody wants. It's really, really amazing.
Right. We did a run of superheroes, and I couldn't keep them on the shelf. I mean, they just flew off. So yeah, we do anything. Your limitation really is your imagination when it comes to Cerakote. You can do whatever you want, and for the most part, I've been able to design what customers request.
So a gun is a relatively physically small thing. How large of an item can you apply that process to?
Well, the best thing about Cerakote is high heat. So I've done car parts, as large as headers or mufflers, engine blocks. So you can do whatever your setup is set up to take. You can do as large as the product you need.
Right.
Oh, awesome.
And
so tell us.
Go ahead, Daryl. Sorry.
Oh, go. No, I just wanted to know. You're doing all this designing. You're working for Tesla. What is your background?
Okay.
You just then wake up in the morning. I'm going to just start designing guns, and I work for Tesla. Tell us your background.
So I started my career at 17. I went into the United States Army.
Okay.
That taught me, a lot about discipline, leadership, And that propelled me into leadership out in the corporate America. And I started as a grunt at most companies and worked my way up to regional VPs at a very prestige Fortune 500. So my background consists of corporate management, infrastructure, leadership, and development for strategic and marketing sales.
Mm-hmm. So did you go to college for that, or you just started from the military?
I started from the military. Yeah, I got out and went to school. I was in college while I was working for AT&T, and the God-given talent and the skills that the military honed from that talent, I realized that the education portion maybe I didn't need to spend the money on. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And for people who sorry, my video may be lagging.
Oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can hear you fine. Your video is lacking, but that's fine. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. I just wanted the viewers to know, and there they can see some of your work. It's not just handguns that you do, but also rifles. I saw an AK-47 that you had done that turned out really, really awesome. AR-15s, pretty much anything it looks like that people bring you can work with.
Oh, absolutely. We've done small scale to Derringers, up to full size AR-10s.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting season just stopped, so a lot of people are bringing their shotguns to refinish or to outdo the last guy that had something done. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything.
Right, and engraving too, right?
Yes, ma'am. Fiber laser, O2 lasers. We do all that in house, from slide cuts, mill designs, etc.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're down in Richmond, huh?
Yep, we're in Richmond, Chesterfield area. Local. People ship to me around the country, so don't feel limited to your location. You're welcome to contact us and ship it to us. We're a licensed FFL, so you can ship that product to us via FedEx or UPS.
Oh, awesome.
So
we're going to go in.
If someone has a design in mind that they'd like, how does it work? Do they have to have like an actual visual for you, or do they just kind of describe what they're looking for and then you go with it?
My fellas tend to need help when trying to design something. Ladies, when they come to me, they tend to know exactly what they want. But,
Rebecca got guns.
Yeah.
Ladies has guns. You don't have to necessarily know exactly what you want, but a little direction is always helpful.
Okay.
Kind of like a tattoo artist.
Exactly. Right. You can say, "Hey, I kind of want this." You got to have an
artistic ability as well.
Yes, that's correct. Yep. Along the process, we do videos and we do live streams for the customer, so they can follow their gun on their journey of being redesigned. So just in case, that's an example of a Ward Howard Sharp Bros loader. That's our patent camo that we did. We call it Picasso. So awesome. we literally can do anything. Yep.
Wow. I love that. Hopefully soon you'll be doing something in the movies. That's exciting.
That would be great.
Yeah. You got to watch this and listen, you got to get this guy on. So we're going to go into a station break. We're going to show your commercial, and we'll be right back. This is the On Fire Show with Darryl McKell Brooks, Rebecca Boyd, and Chris Cloud, and we're interviewing Andrew Holloway. We'll be right back. This is the On Fire Show.
All right, guys, so we got 5.56 custom built, Tech, Sounds of Cold Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Tune into the weekly On Fire show with your hosts, Dal Brooks, and two co-hosts, Rebecca Boyd and Chris Cloud. The Conservative Talk.
Hello, we're back.
Hello.
Hey, I like that commercial, man. I like the ending of that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, I met you at the gun show. Now, tell me how important, especially as a minority, Black-owned company, to go to a gun show and get the support you've been getting.
It's been awesome. I think it's also a little culture shock for a lot of minorities. It's unfortunate, and I'm glad I'm there to help guide the way. There are a lot of vendors there, regardless of color, that do a great job. But when it comes to minority, it's very slim pickings of the dealers you can choose from. So it's definitely been eye-opening, and I think it also helped grow the business as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm there at the Chantilly, and I tell people, I tell a lot of African Americans, you got to come on out to the gun shows. You will start to see that. Starting to see that these gun shows, you're getting about 30% of minorities showing up, especially men, African American men and women.
Yeah, definitely.
And I tell people people are surprised that when they come to these gun shows, and they, especially African American company, they come there and they say, "Wow, they didn't know that African American men own guns, or sell guns, or are part of the whole gun industry." I mean, that's surprising. That's what people say. Oh my God, what's at these gun shows? Are all racist, KKK, and all white people there? And Daryl, I mean, aren't you afraid? And the fact is, I love Chantilly because I love the culture of Chantilly. It seems like it's almost it's like a big family.
Yeah, Chantilly is definitely a melting pot, so it kind of wipes away the color. There's so many variations and shades. So I like going to that show. It's very good. Showmasters does a good job. It's so interesting that you said it. When customers walk up to the booth, it's almost like they're afraid to ask, and they kind of lean in and go, "Is this Black-owned business?" And they whisper. And it's just surprising to me that we're still in that mindset. So it's unfortunate, but it is nice to show up and be someone that they wasn't expecting to be there.
Yeah. And it's one of the good things about it. You have women owners, men, young, old. I mean, people are just selling everything at this gun show, and I think Annette Elliott has done a wonderful job. Developing the nation's gun show, and it's, I mean, you can get anything you want at the gun show. You get the T-shirts, you get the hats, you get you get your guns, you get your peanuts, you get your books. Welcome to America. I mean, you get everything that you want at the gun show. And at the end of the day, I love Annette Elliott for doing it. At the end of the day, it's a family culture environment. You see young kids there. You see men and women with their children there. And that's the awesome thing. And then after the show is over, we go to the hotel and sit outside and go inside and talk, whatever, and we'll just relax. And it's a great culture. And
it really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell us about any other upcoming events that you'll be at.
Well, upcoming, we have, locally, there's the Richmond show next month. I believe it's on the 16th. Then not too far away, the Hampton show in Fredericksburg. So all those are for the local people that are watching. You can always visit us there at those shows.
Oh, all right. Yep. And what's the address of your of the company?
Yep. So it's 7801 Mill, Mill, River Lane, and that's in Chesterfield, Virginia. And I just want to mention as well, we're my staff for the most part are all veterans.
Awesome.
We're all NRA instructors. So if you need your concealed weapon permit or just some personal 101 marksmanship training, I'm a sharpshooter. which means I don't miss. So
I don't mess with you.
well, not the smartest idea in the world.
Noted.
But,
No one will be breaking into your house.
Twice, not twice.
Right.
We do offer the concealed weapon classes, and if you want to dust up your skills, we can also help you with that.
All right. Well, listen, I just want to thank you for coming on the show, Andrew, and thank you for being a sponsor. And hopefully, you'll sponsor more shows. And it's been a great pleasure. And we're definitely going to send this out. And for all those who are watching, go check out Andrew Holloway.
Yep, HBCguns.com.
HBCguns.com. Check it out. Order some stuff. I'm sure Rebecca, I know you need some help. I know you need something on your guns.
Along his work closely. I
Yes.
have some ideas and things that I really want.
Yes.
We would love to be a part of your project.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Hey, Daryl,
All right.
thank you for having me on.
Definitely, my brother. I'll see you at the next gun show in Chantilly.
Yes, sir. See you there.
So we'll be right back. This is the On Fire Show. We'll be right back with Calvin Tucker, and we're going to play some more commercials, some of our sponsors. We'll be right back. This is the On Fire Show.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting sports and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's thenationsgunshow.com.
Alright guys, so we got 5.56 custom built, EOTech, Sounds of Cold, Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
All right, are we back?
We're back.
All right, we're back. Welcome to the On Fire Show. And we got to play one more commercial. That's Flip Ammo. Can't forget about Flip Ammo. And listen, hey, how you doing today? We're back. This is the On Fire Show with Daryl McKell Brooks and Chris Cloud and Rebecca Boyd. And we have our very special guest, Calvin Tucker, political consultant out of Philadelphia. Hey, Calvin, welcome to the On Fire Show.
Man, thank you very much for inviting me. I know I was supposed to be on probably months ago, but unfortunately we weren't able to put it together. So thanks, Daryl and Chris and Rebecca for inviting me on today.
Yeah, so Calvin, I've been knowing Calvin for the past, I guess, 2018, 19. He's been a powerful political consultant for President Trump in the Philadelphia area and around Pennsylvania. And he's been doing a lot of things. I think he's been on CNN. He's been on a lot of national TV shows dealing with the election and President Trump. So tell us a little bit about who you are, Calvin.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a father and was a grandfather. My granddaughter passed away, but I keep that in my heart and memories as I proceed through life. I'm a businessman. A banker. I used to run a couple of banks in the city of Philadelphia, and internationally ran the international operations for GMAC in France and Canada. Politically, I've been in the political game for probably about 50 some years, 54 years to be exact. I've seen, 10 presidents in my lifetime. And the reason I supported in 2016 Donald Trump is because being a private business person, understanding the tremendous needs, economic needs across the board, but especially in the African American, Latino, Hispanic, and Asian American community, I thought he would be the right solution for the ills, challenges in our society, particularly in our community. And in fact, I was his media spokesperson, or at least in Pennsylvania, one of his surrogates. And I did, as you noted, I did about 75 interviews, international, national, and local interviews, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Bloomberg, you name it, I did it, representing the president or representing the candidate in 16 and the president in 2020, and all of the great things that he proposed to do, and in fact, what he did when he was elected in 2016. I was formerly the deputy chair of the Republican chair of the Republican State Committee. Served locally as vice chair of the local Republican organization as well. So I've seen a lot of good activity and some not so good activity, which Daryl, you were involved in the city of Philadelphia in pre-canvassing and the like. And so those are the things, the election integrity is something that we have to be vigilant of as we go through 2024. That it's going to be a very difficult time, especially we have to, and I know the former president talks about it now. The state is working through it, and I think the national party is working through it, making sure that we get on board with mail-in ballots and absentee ballots and all of those things, because we're going to need everything we can to continue fighting and to save this nation.
Awesome. Chris?
Well, I'm really impressed with your tenure and your perseverance in really trying areas where one is facing an uphill battle with a conservative fight, and I think it's really, really important to reach communities we all here as kindred spirits know are share values and share the same kind of goals, and trying to get that idea across to other people that have been intimidated and manipulated and are held hostage by a party that holds them on a plantation, frankly. I think it's really important.
Chris, I certainly agree. Yeah.
I love to see those successes of people that break away.
Yeah. Well, and that's a great point. In 2012, we were able to capture 12% of the African American voters in Pennsylvania. In 2020, we were able to increase that by 4%. One, his policies dictated more folks looking at him in a positive way, regardless of the other issues that surround the president as he moves through. But I say, we're not electing a pope. We're electing someone who can bring value to our lives. When you look at poverty, unemployment, economic distress, health and wealth disparities, we need, and particularly in those communities as identified, African American, Latino, Hispanic, and Asian American, we need someone, not a politician. We need a business person that has a very scientific methodology to make those things work in favor of all Americans, but especially those Americans who find themselves at the bottom end of the rung. And I think he did a great job in that. And in his next 4 years, we'll add on to those issues as well, regardless of whether some people say that he would be a lame duck from the day he gets in. But I think as he started off with executive orders, because Congress would not support some of the things he wanted to do, and I guess some people say that those are rhinos or liberals and socialists and others that didn't get on board, and I think we need that for our communities.
Would you be so kind, sir, turn your camera just a little bit? We're getting only half of your face. I think it has to do with the framing. Yeah, there you go. Turn it just there. Yeah, there you go. Now we get to
there you go. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Spot on.
So Calvin, I'm always in the cities of, especially Philadelphia, talking to people. And I was on the SEPTA one day, and it was two older women, African American women, and they were so upset about the crime and the violence and jobs and the economy. They were like, it was so surprising. They said we have to get, and these women were in their 60s, and they were talking, and it was like we have to get President Trump back in again.
Right.
And it was the city of Philadelphia, African American women in their 60s, because they were so upset with the economy. They didn't see any type of growth. They were so upset with the crime, the violence, and they felt helpless. And do you hear that type of conversation in the city of Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it all. I hear it all the way, up and down the spectrum. Young, what's Generation X and Z, they are looking at opportunities. Everyone looks at a segment of opportunities for themselves. Getting to the AI. I mean, I had one young man say to me, "Look, I want someone to talk about AI and the new the economy, where the jobs are going to be, not where they were, where they're going to be." And Trump and his team, certainly when he was president, that's he talked about the economy. So I now see with the gun violence, I see young folks saying, "Well, wait a minute, we need more discipline in our marketplace, in our cities. We're not getting it." And defund the police and all of those things that are talked about. You need someone that's going to rule with not necessarily an iron fist, but who understands what discipline is and impose that so that we can reduce the violence and the looting and the like, and particularly in urban communities, although I know it spills over into other communities, but is magnified in Philadelphia, New York, Pittsburgh, and other major metropolitan communities. So I see, and I can also say that I've had discussions with, the Muslim community, which tends not to vote, but many of them. I did a roundtable with our U.S. Senate candidate in Pennsylvania, and I had about 20 folks at the round table. And I brought a number of Muslims in that discussion because they said, you know, you guys understand economic development, you understand entrepreneurship, and that's what we need in communities: economic development and entrepreneurship, and ways to, you know, reduce that social economic pressure that reside in communities. I mean, it has to be a holistic approach. You can't just, you know, stormtroop into a process. You have to have a holistic approach as well. And I think our presentation is that kind of solution oriented. You know, because politicians are supposed to be problem solvers, and I say, you know, typically Republican politicians, on average, solve more problems than the other side.
Oh yeah, that's definitely in Philadelphia. I mean, you know how many how many Democrats have solved the problem what's happening in Philadelphia in cities, the crime, the violence, education, the future, this hopelessness. You know, all in the major cities, these blue cities, and you know, we have the immigration problem. We have all these problems that are in these blue cities. And, you know, there are people that are saying, well, the Democrats, you know, we love Democrats. Democrats going to fix the problem. Well, they haven't fixed the problem in 40 years, and it has got worse in 40 years. And it's sad.
Like they're living in an Ayn Rand novel. I feel like, you know, who is John Galt? You know, one thing that's been intriguing about the left's indulgence and us allowing them this latitude is we've given them enough rope to hang themselves. I mean, a return to merit and a return to accountability and a return to results-driven society is going to be welcomed.
Yeah. Listen, we'll be right back. Hey, hold on, Cal. We'll be right back. We got a commercial break. We got the great Flip Ammo commercial coming up in our sponsors. We'll be right back. This is the Still on Fire show.
Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide... Flip Ammo. Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide range of products from bulk ammo to hard-to-find rounds, all at competitive prices. You can choose from local pickup or fast daily shipping. We are the fastest shippers in the industry. We strategically developed our space next to the UPS shipping center and can ship most orders same day till 7 p.m. Our dedicated customer service team is always available for any questions or product recommendations. Experience the passion, expertise, and exceptional service that sets us apart. Flip Ammo, your trusted source for high-quality ammunition.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting, sports, and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's thenationsgunshow.com.
Alright guys, so we got 5.56 custom built, EOTech, Sounds of Cold, Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
All right, you're back to the On Fire show with Daryl McKell Brooks, Chris Cloud, and Rebecca Boyd. We're at a very special guests. Calvin Tucker, political consultant out of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. Listen, I love the commercials, guys. I just love the commercials. Thanks, Lana, for doing such a great job on the commercials. We wouldn't be here without a commercial. So, Calvin, listen, tell us about, what do you think about what's happening in the media? And has the media changed minds? The left have changed minds, especially in the African-American communities, about President Trump, the negative media?
Well, I mean, almost all the media, except a few, the cable channels are negative about the president. And in fact, they haven't changed their tune since 2015. Even when, I was on every night, and they flew me to Atlanta and Bloomsburg to New York. It's always a gotcha, right, with Trump. They want to get you on, why would an African American support Donald Trump?
My God.
And the point I make is, well, before Donald Trump came down those escalators, the NAACP and the Urban League gave him the Man of the Year award, right? He saved boxing down in Atlantic City at his casinos. He said, he was one of the biggest supporters of, urban music, rap music early on. So I don't know what changed other than the fact that, he became a Republican, and he supported across the board before he got into politics. Democrats, he was at the wedding of Hillary and Bill. It's been a continual negative drive to Trump. And I'll tell you what, a friend of mine, and he's a Democrat congressman, and we were talking one day, and he said, Tucker, let me tell you why most Democrats and some Republicans don't like Trump. It's not because of who he is. It's not because of his policies. It's because he's changed the way we do business in Washington. It used to be a wink and nod, and the next thing you know, a guy goes in as a pope and he comes out as a millionaire. Or, when Trump first, when he was elected, before he took office, Boeing was going to refurbish or rebuild Air Force One, and they were charging $7 billion. And Trump says, "Wait a minute, guys, I own planes. I know what the cost is, right?" And the chairman of Boeing says, "Well, we can't do anything." And before he took office, the chairman came back and said, "You know what? I think we can do it for $2 billion." So he saved $5 billion. Now
there's a border wall right there.
Yes,
yeah, really.
Right. So where does that military industrial money, where does that go? Does it go to support, if you look at the financial election statements of a lot of politicians, right? They're getting money from, from those defense contractors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, he changed the way, business was being conducted in that marketplace, because he's a businessman, and, it's a cost benefits analysis. And he's said a couple of times, and I was also fortunate in 2017 to be nominated to be a governor of the U.S. Postal Service by the president. And I went before the Senate when Kamala Harris was on the dais, on the stages at the time, and unfortunately, I had a significant fight with a number of Democrat senators because I was a Trump nominee, and they couldn't fathom the fact that an African American, poor kid from Philadelphia, right, supporting Trump, and he's going to stand up and put forward policies, especially in the Postal Service that was losing $70 million a year, put policies that was going to benefit the citizenry. But again, the media is not going to turn, and probably they'll still be vicious when he takes office in 2025.
Yeah. Wow.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
That was really subtle, man. That was really
Subtle?
smooth, baby.
I'm curious as to where you see Pennsylvania voting overall in the next election. I'd be curious as to your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, Pennsylvania is a purple state, and Philadelphia and the collar counties probably. Well, he will not win the southeast part of the state.
Right.
Possibly the southwest part of the state would be somewhat suspect. But the central part, the northeast, he's going to do well.
How much sway will Fetterman's endorsement have?
Pardon me?
How much sway will Fetterman's inevitable endorsement have?
Well, I mean, Fetterman is seeming to, come to the middle. Because
he checked into a mental asylum and came out a conservative. What a
Funny how
better,
that
I don't know if he
better
came out as a
advocacy.
conservative. I think he came out as a realist that he's not going to get reelected unless you get to the middle, right?
Yeah.
And wouldn't have been reelected had we had the foresight on mail-in ballots and absentee ballots. But in any event, no. But to answer Rebecca, to answer you specifically, I think he's going to do well. It is going to be a squeaker, but the analysis, or at least some analysis by some political pundits, is if he can pick up Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Las Vegas. Well, obviously, you need Florida and Ohio. Pennsylvania becomes less of a pressure to get it, although I still think we got to have, Pennsylvania. And I think that the push and drive is to do. They're not on the ground as much as they should be now, but I believe in the next, through this, once the delegates are selected and elected in April, I think there's going to be a major push. I don't know
what percentage
moving.
What percentage of vote Trump needs in Philadelphia to really make an impact in this election?
Well, I mean, I think he needs to get in Philadelphia. I mean, I think he needs to get overall. I think he needs to get probably 25% out of Philadelphia to win the state.
To win the state,
you can't lose the southeastern part of the state, which are Montgomery, Bucks, Delaware, Chester, in Philadelphia counties. You can't lose by more than 400,000 votes to win the state. Now you have some what they call never Trumpers in the collar counties that may not support him because they're not as conservative. But I think if we can, if we bring out the evangelicals the way we should be able to bring them out. I know they did not vote en masse in 2020 enough to get him where he needed. I mean, if we can do that this time, and as you know, Darrell, in 2012 we got 12% of the African American vote, which was probably about 157,000 votes, and in 2020 we got 20% of the African American votes. Today it's trending about 25%. But I believe we're still going to end up with somewhere between 20 and 22% of the vote. So that's about 200,000 votes. There is a gap. There's about 8 million voters in Pennsylvania. Split about 3.9 million are Democrats, 3.5 are Republicans. So, or 3.4. So you got about 500,000 vote difference. And now in this presidential election, you're probably going to end up with I would say you're going to probably end up with 60-70% of the voters, because again, it's Trump. And, you bring out all the crazies and, the Democrats, the unions, the socialists, all of those folks are going to align against him. Again, and on the other hand, we need to get 100%, or at least as close as we can, of Republicans and conservatives, as well as evangelicals, and then pick up the other percentage. Hispanics went about 35% in 2020, so there's going to be a significant Hispanic vote for the president this year as well. So, we need to maximize all of those efforts, to win Pennsylvania.
Yeah, being out with you
in Pennsylvania, right?
Being out with you last week, and I can't think what part of Philadelphia it is, but I met there was some never Trumpers, and they were Republicans, and they were highly upset. Oh, I'll never vote for Trump, no matter what. I'll vote for Biden. And I'm asking. I mean, really, people. They were so. There were people that had a visceral hate,
right,
for President Trump.
Right.
He's a racist. He's going to start another World War. He's going to start World War III, Civil War. I mean, this one guy said, I'm not. If Trump wins, President Trump wins, I'm not going to have him. I'm going to do everything I can to stop him from landing.
Well, okay.
In Philadelphia. He said President Trump was going to have to land in an Air Force base somewhere. And that type of visceral hate, I just don't understand it. The anger, and especially these are coming from Republicans.
Right.
Republican Party, Republican Party who just hate President Trump. I just don't get it. So you're happy with Biden?
Right.
I mean,
but most people it's a threat to the status quo. The question is, Trump's going to be the candidate. Who's he going to be running against? And will that matter? Will that make any difference? Whether it's Newsom or Camilla or
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. I'm hearing that.
I heard somebody say something that disturbed me quite a bit. They mentioned Pritzker.
Who?
J.B. Pritzker, the Illinois governor. He's the Hyatt Hotels heir, and his family is just chock full of degenerates, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Democrats also, listen.
But will it matter? Who's he going to be running against? Because we know it ain't going to be the Vegetant. The Vegetant is out.
Yeah, well, because they're talking about a brokered convention now, so I believe they're prepared to have a Newsom. I don't think it's going to be Michelle Obama. If she can't be president, I know she wouldn't run on a VP slot.
True.
And Harris will not be on the ticket.
People dismiss Harris as an idiot. Harris is not stupid. Harris, I challenge anybody here that has children. If your adolescent child sat down at your dinner table and started rambling on like Harris does, you'd hand the kid a piss cup and say, "Go give me a sample." Harris has been stoned her entire administration. She's stoned. She's not stupid. She's high.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. My gosh. It's scary.
So Calvin, I just want to, Mr. Calvin Tucker, I just want to thank you for coming on the show. You have given us a great insight of what's happening. And listen, you're welcome to come back on again. We'll definitely, I will definitely have you on again. I gotta have you and Ron Wilcox on at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, you and Ron Wilcox out of Virginia. He's a political activist too.
Well, you're going to have to invite me to one of those gun shows because, real quick, I bought a gun in 1996. I went to a range in 2009, which I hadn't shot, and it had cobwebs.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
said,
no.
Get the gun out of here.
Get him down to the bonfire.
Yeah, bonfire. I said,
Okay.
you know, I told Calvin, I said, listen, great bonfire, great dogs, great yard, great place
Saturday
to relax.
of every month, sir. We've hosted the Patriot Potluck Bonfire in this house. We've hosted it every month since June of 2020.
Great political conversations. Okay. You know, it's a place that you want to be when you really want to have discussions and
next one will be day after tomorrow.
Yeah, intimate is like a nice intimate session where people are just sharing ideas.
I'll come down with you.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
We'll be right back.
Thanks, Daryl, Rebecca, and Chris. Yes.
We'll be right back with a commercial break, and at the ending, we'll be right back. Thank you, Calvin, for coming on. This is the On Fire Show.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Good.
Alright guys, so we got 5.56 custom built, EOTech, Sounds of Cold Spec War suppressor, and Cerakoted in graphite black and black cherry.
Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo in Chantilly, Virginia this weekend. 1,300 tables, over 2 miles of guns, knives, and accessories. Everything you need for the shooting, sports, and self-defense. Meet Crispy Avila at the EC Defense booth. Concealed handgun classes. The Nation's Gun Show at Dulles Expo. Friday 3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Advanced tickets, coupons, and more info at thenationsgunshow.com. That's The Nation's Gun Show.
Flip Ammo is your trusted source of high-quality ammunition. We're passionate about shooting and offer a wide range of products from bulk ammo to hard-to-find rounds, all at competitive prices. You can choose from local pickup or fast daily shipping. We are the fastest shippers in the industry. We strategically developed our space next to the UPS shipping center and can ship most orders same day till 7 p.m. Our dedicated customer service team is always available for any questions or product recommendations. Experience the passion, expertise, and exceptional service that sets us apart. Flip Ammo, your trusted source for high-quality ammunition.
All right, we're back. Thank you all for watching the On Fire Show. Was that a great show, guys?
Yeah, very good. Great guest.
Yeah,
well done, Daryl. Well done.
I am excited with the guests that we had. You know, we talked about the guns and we talked about politics in America and Philadelphia. And Calvin Tucker has been a great friend of mine, and he is one of these guys. He's been working hard for the president, and especially in the Philadelphia area, and he's pushing the agenda of making America great again and being strong again and the economy being strong. I think we need individuals like that. And it's been awesome knowing Calvin Tucker. Hello? Oh, anybody? And
right now, I think that it's important to get the word out to different groups of people that we are far more aligned with them and their ideals and their ideologies than the opposition that has them literally brainwashed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that people are, the thing about it, I think that people are concerned about, their families. They want to take care of their families. They want to work, make sure the kids get a great education. It's all about taking care of our families and making sure we are a safe place to live, making sure we have the economy is strong. I mean, that's one of the most important things. Everybody want to take care of their family. They're looking for a strong economy, even at the gun shows. People, when I met Andrew Holloway and Ed Elliott at the gun show, talking to people are, they're selling guns. They're selling books. They're selling T-shirts. They're selling everything you need for those type of events, and they want to take care of themselves and their families, and they're concerned about other issues. They just want to sell their products, and this is why it's a great culture going to the nation's gun show and seeing guys like Andrew Holloway and starting his company and doing well. Hopefully we'll have a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a lot of work to do. I know just the female vote, white females overwhelmingly vote Democrat. And usually it's because of that bleeding heart ideology that, we're supporting the welfare state and people who can't support themselves. And if this economy continues down the road, we're not going to be able to help or support anybody. And so I think people really need to wake up to that fact that we're spiraling down a very, very dangerous road where we're not going to be able to help anybody, really.
Yeah, we got to, and people need to wake up, especially in the cities, suburbs, all Americans. When you see what's happening in Washington, you look at what's happening, with our president right now. He's not aware. He's basically asleep at the wheel. It's like, huh?
The vegetarian.
He has his hand, the finger on the button.
Nah.
That's the thing. He has his finger on the button. I mean, can you
they're not
imagine
that
him?
stupid. He doesn't even know where the button is.
That button could be the button of pop. Is that the button of popcorn and ice cream? Can I push this button and get some ice cream?
I feel like if it was really
that's the ice cream button. Huh?
I feel like if it was really Biden in control or Kamala, we would be like destroyed by this, like World War III for sure.
Oh yeah, he pushing the ice cream button, but that's the thing, when do people in America, especially Democrats and independents, wake up? The writing's on the wall, and you
that's
see
a good question.
Yeah, and you see the madness, and you are still asleep. When do you wake up and say, I'm going to change to the Republican Party. I'm going to change for President Trump. Man, I'm not going to vote anymore to the Democratic Party. The violence, the TV shows, the video games, the movies, all these things, the crime on the street, bad education. The economy is failing in all these inner cities. You got massive immigrations coming in inner cities, and I'm trying to tell Democrats, why do you keep supporting the Democratic Party? Why do you keep supporting these left-type politicians? And all you have seen is failure, complete failure for the last 40 years. And do you want your kids? Are you going to sacrifice the next generation?
I'll tell you what I
think.
For
the Democratic Party?
Daryl, as you know, I spent a long time living an unusual life. I ran private yachts and I ran private islands for quite a while. One of the owners of an island that I ran. He was a businessman from Texas, and he personified for me the need for every single government oversight and agency that we have, because he had food processing, and he used to brag about the underage slave labor that he had. Again, he was in Nacogdoches, Texas. He used to boast about knowing exactly the tolerances on the bottles of fluid that he filled, and how much he could shorten them, and how much he would get free out of a whole production run by being within tolerance, but at the low end of the acceptance level. He also used to boast about stopping the line, changing the label to organic, and starting the line back up. He owned a private island in the Bahamas, and he owned 3 large yachts. Every one of his yachts were named Status Quo. That was the name of his boat. And the problem with Trump, the challenge that Trump faces, is that he threatens the status quo universally.
Yeah.
Not just Democrats, but Republicans as well. And he's his own worst enemy.
And around the world.
Around the world. I mean, think about NATO, think about UN, all these things. He challenges the status quo. And this guy, he was a conservative, and he owned food processing and restaurants. And I sat back. I had an existential come to Jesus moment with Debbie. I sat back after encountering him for a week or whatever. I said, he's why all of this overreach exists. Because of sons of bitches like him. That's why. And you know, that the challenge, I guarantee you he's a never Trumper.
All right.
I don't care how conservative he is, I'll guarantee it, because Trump threatens his illegal immigrants, his child labor, his truth in labeling, his OSHA, everything.
War.
Right. Yeah, war. And with that, we got to go. This is the On Fire Show. I'd like to thank Chris Cloud. I thank Rebecca Boyd. And I'm Daryl McKell Brooks.
His name was Don Davis, by the way.
Yeah, oh, wow. We'll be right. Thank you all for watching. God bless. Peace. We're out. See you next week. Next Thursday, 7 o'clock. On Fire Show. I'm chilling in Virginia. Fairfax. No, Fauquier County.
Fauquier County, the front line of the heartland. You're on restriction. Go to your room.
Have a good night.
Peace. We're out.